There's something I have written down. I'm going to be honest. I wrote it down maybe 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember exactly what I was thinking when I wrote it down. What I wrote was the small business paradox. And I think what I meant by that is when you have a small business, and when I say small, I mean, let's say under $500,000 in annual sales or something like that. When you have a small business, there's only so much margin to go around. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, you still, as a small business, you still have to do all of the functions of a big business. You still have to do accounting, finance, operations, sales, legal, compliance stuff, all of that, marketing. And in the absence of that scale and in the absence of those larger margins, you simply don't have the capacity to bring in a single person to do all of those things. Yep. You either need to get really lucky and find like your one hire who's going to be able to wear enough hats that you can take those things off your plate, but that's probably unrealistic to expect. Yeah. Or you yourself have to kind of wear each of those hats a little bit. So I think that's something that we had struggled with for a long time. I think we have the benefit of a little bit more scale now, which allows us to, for example, hire a bookkeeper because they're remote, so the cost of hiring a full-time employee to do that function is not as high as it would be locally. Yeah. And B, we have the scale both because our individual businesses have grown a bit, but we also have the scale of being able to deploy that person across multiple businesses. Yeah. That makes some of these hires a little bit more attainable.
It's a really great point. I hadn't even really thought of it in that context, but it makes a lot of sense because, even if you're making, we talked about this, I think, in earlier episodes about, real estate success, right? Like even if you're making a great return on a real estate investment, your raw dollar amount might be low. And I think at the beginning of our real estate investing career, we're making good returns in some of our projects, but that still meant that the take home pay for us was, low. And so splitting that with other people to kind of facilitate that is tough. And I think we've kind of like we've taken those growing pains, we've kind of like swallowed our medicine, like went through the harder times, and we're now emerging from that, chaos essentially in a more ordered way where we finally have the resources, exactly to your point, to expand and also to take stuff off our plate. So it's exciting. Yeah.
We're racing against the clock here, so let's see how much we can squeeze in the last few minutes.
This is a longer episode. I just wasted a lot of time babbering about, interregnums. So.
Don't forget to visit us at brickxbrickrealestate.com. for free content to help you along your real estate journey and to follow along on our projects. Subscribe and rate us on your favorite podcast app and engage with us online via Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and brickxbrickrealestate.com. See you next time on the Brick by Brick podcast.